Nobody at a dealership will tell you this, but the pickup truck you actually need in retirement is probably not the one with the biggest engine, the tallest lift, or the most aggressive marketing campaign. It is the one you can climb into without pulling a muscle, drive 400 miles without a backache, and park at the grocery store without praying. I have spent over 2 decades helping people find the right vehicle, and the number one mistake I see retirees make is buying a truck built for a 28-year-old construction foreman when what they actually need is something comfortable, reliable, and practical. These 8 trucks check every box that matters for seniors, and a few of them are so good, I am genuinely surprised more people do not talk about them. Let's count them down. Number 8, Hyundai Santa Cruz. Most people do not even know this thing exists, and that is exactly why it is on my list. The Hyundai Santa Cruz is technically classified as a sport adventure vehicle, but let me be clear, it is a pickup truck. It has a 4-foot bed, tie-down points, integrated storage, and it will haul anything a retiree reasonably needs to haul. But here is why it matters for seniors specifically. The step in height is lower than almost every other truck on this list. You are essentially getting into a slightly taller sedan. If you have bad knees or a hip replacement, that alone could be the reason you buy this truck. The ride quality is closer to an SUV than a traditional pickup because it is built on Hyundai's unibody platform, the same one that underpins the Tucson. That means no jarring body-on-frame ride over bumps and potholes. The base engine is a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder with 191 horsepower. It is not going to win any drag races, but it is smooth and fuel-efficient. If you want more punch, the available turbocharged 2.5-liter makes 281 horsepower, which is plenty for towing a small boat or a utility trailer. Towing capacity tops out at 5,000 pounds with the turbo. And here is the detail that should get your attention. Hyundai's warranty: 5 years, 60,000 miles bumper to bumper, 10 years, 100,000 miles on the powertrain. That is the best warranty of any truck on this list, and one of the best in the entire automotive industry. Starting price sits around $29,000, and even loaded up, you are looking at well under $42,000. For seniors who want truck utility without the truck headaches, this is a fantastic starting point. Number 7, Nissan Frontier. The Frontier is the truck that refuses to quit, and I mean that literally. The second-generation Frontier ran from 2005 all the way to 2021 with minimal changes, and those trucks are still running around with 250,000 miles on them. Nissan did not change it because it did not need to change it. The current third generation, which launched for 2022, is a massive improvement in comfort and technology while keeping the same bulletproof philosophy. It uses a 3.8-liter V6 that makes 310 horsepower paired with a 9-speed automatic transmission. Naturally aspirated, no turbos, no complicated hybrid system. Simple, proven, powerful. For seniors, the Frontier hits a sweet spot in size. It is a mid-size truck, so it is not as wide or as long as a full-size F-150 or Tundra. That makes it significantly easier to maneuver in parking lots, on narrow roads, and in tight garages. The turning radius is noticeably smaller than the full-size competition. Towing capacity goes up to about 6,640 pounds, which covers most recreational trailers, boats, and utility needs. Fuel economy sits around 18 miles per gallon in the city and 24 miles per gallon on the highway, which is respectable for a V6 truck. The Frontier also comes standard with Nissan Safety Shield 360 on most trims, which includes automatic emergency braking, blind spot monitoring, and lane departure warning. Those safety features genuinely matter as you get older and reaction times naturally change. Average annual repair costs sit around $470 to $500, which is well below the truck segment average. If you want a no-nonsense, reliable mid-size truck that will last you into your 80s and beyond, the Frontier deserves a serious look. Number 6. Chevrolet Colorado. The Colorado has quietly become one of the most versatile mid-size trucks on the market, and it has features that are specifically useful for seniors. The current generation offers best-in-class ground clearance if you want to get off the beaten path, and a multi-flex tailgate that can be configured in 6 different positions. That tailgate is not a gimmick. When you are loading heavy items, having a built-in step and a load stop makes a real difference for someone who does not want to throw their back out. Under the hood, you get a 2.7-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder making 237 horsepower in the base tune and up to 310 horsepower in the higher output version. It is paired with an 8-speed automatic, and while turbo engines can sometimes be a reliability concern, General Motors' 2.7-liter turbo has proven itself over several years of production now. The Colorado's interior has gotten a significant upgrade in recent years. The cabin is quiet on the highway, the seats are comfortable for long drives, and the infotainment system is intuitive. An 11.3-inch touchscreen comes standard, and it supports wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. For a senior who wants to stay connected to their grandkids on a road trip without fumbling with cables, that is a real plus. Average annual maintenance costs hover around $600 to $700, which is right in line with the mid-size truck average. Towing capacity reaches up to 7,700 pounds with the right configuration. If you want to do it all mid-size truck from a brand with one of the largest dealer and service networks in the country, the Colorado makes a compelling case. Number 5. Toyota Tacoma. I cannot make a truck list without the Tacoma. It is arguably the most reliable mid-size truck ever built, and the resale values prove it. A 5-year-old Tacoma holds its value better than almost any vehicle in any category, a sign of reliability. The current generation uses a 2.4-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine that makes up to 278 horsepower on most trims, with an 8-speed automatic. Previous generations used a naturally aspirated 3.5-liter V6 that mechanics loved because it just never broke. Average annual repair costs for the Tacoma sit at about $478, which is below the mid-size truck average, and the probability of needing a major repair is around 19% over the first 5 years, which beats the industry average by a significant margin. Total maintenance costs over 10 years come to roughly $6,900, which is about $2,700 less than the industry average for pickups. That is real money saved over the life of the truck. For seniors, the Tacoma offers Toyota Safety Sense on all trims. That includes adaptive cruise control, pre-collision braking, lane departure alert, and automatic high beams. The truck is also available in a smaller configuration that makes it manageable in everyday driving with easier maneuverability and parking. The one knock on the Tacoma for older buyers is the ride quality. It is a body-on-frame truck tuned more for off-road durability than on-road comfort, so it can feel a bit stiff on long highway drives compared to something like the Ridgeline. If that does not bother you and you want a truck that will outlast you, the Tacoma is as close to a sure thing as you will find in this segment. Number 4. The Ford Maverick. This might be the smart truck purchase a senior can make right now. The Ford Maverick was designed for people who want the utility of a pickup without the bulk, the high step in height, or the terrible gas mileage. It comes standard with a hybrid powertrain. That hybrid setup uses a 2.5-liter four-cylinder paired with an electric motor and a continuously variable transmission. It gets an estimated 42 miles per gallon in the city. That is not a typo. 42 miles per gallon in a pickup truck. If you are on a fixed retirement income and gas prices matter to you, this truck could literally save you thousands of dollars a year compared to a full-size truck. The Maverick is built on a unibody platform just like the Santa Cruz, which means the ride is smooth and the step in height is low. It is one of the easiest trucks to get in and out of, period. The bed is 4.5 feet long, which handles most weekend projects, hardware store runs, and garden supplies without issue. If you need more power, there is an available 2-liter turbocharged EcoBoost 4-cylinder making 238 horsepower, and that one comes with an 8-speed automatic and available all-wheel drive. Towing with the turbo goes up to 4,000 pounds. Starting price is around $25,000 for the hybrid, which makes it one of the most affordable trucks on the market. Parts are widely available at any Ford dealer, and routine maintenance is straightforward and cheap. Owners consistently report low maintenance costs, and the hybrid system's regenerative braking even extends brake pad life. For a senior who needs a truck for errands, light hauling, maybe pulling a small trailer to the lake, and wants to spend as little as possible on fuel and maintenance, the Maverick is a no-brainer. Number 3. Ram 1500. If your number one priority is comfort, the Ram 1500 is the truck you buy, and it is not close. The Ram's coil spring rear suspension, which is unique in the full-size truck segment, gives it a ride quality that is closer to a luxury sedan than a work truck. I have had customers who got out of a Ram for the first time and asked me if they were sure they were driving a pickup. The interior, on anything from the Bighorn trim and above, is genuinely impressive. Soft touch materials, a massive 12-inch vertical touchscreen, and seats you can sit in for 6 hours without adjusting once. For seniors who do long road trips, visit family across state lines, or spend hours on the highway, the Ram's interior comfort is unmatched. Engine options include the 3.6-liter Pentastar V6 and the legendary 5.7-liter Hyundai Vive 8. Both are proven powertrains with decades of refinement. The Hemi is one of those engines that just keeps going if you change the oil on time. The 3.6-liter V6 is an excellent choice for seniors who do not need maximum towing capacity but want solid power and better fuel economy. RepairPal gives the Ram 1500 a 3.5 out of 5 reliability score and ranks it first out of 17 full-size trucks with average annual repair costs of about $691. That is lower than the Ford F-150's average of $788 per year. The one thing to watch with the Ram is electrical issues. Some model years, particularly 2014 and 2019, have more reported problems than others. If you are buying used, stick with 2020 and newer models and make sure the service history is clean. For a senior who wants a full-size truck that rides like a cloud and has an interior that makes you feel like you are in a Lincoln, the Ram 1500 is the answer. Number 2. Toyota Tundra. If you want full-size truck capability with full Toyota reliability, The Tundra is the only option that gives you both. Toyota builds the Tundra with the same philosophy they apply to everything: over-engineer it and let it last. The current generation runs a twin, turbocharged 3.5-liter V6, making 389 horsepower in the standard configuration. This delivers serious power. If you step up to the iForce Max Hybrid, you get 437 horsepower and 583 pound-feet of torque, more power than most V8 trucks on the road. The hybrid actually improves fuel economy rather than just adding power. Towing capacity reaches up to 12,000 pounds. Previous generation Tundras, particularly the 2014 to 2021 models with the 5.7-liter V8, are known in the mechanic community for going 300,000 miles on routine maintenance alone. That 5.7-liter iForce V8 uses a timing chain, not a belt, and it is naturally aspirated with no turbo to fail. That reputation speaks to its durability. Average annual repair costs for the Tundra sit around $606, which is lower than the F-150 at $788 and the Silverado at $714. Toyota Safety Sense comes standard on all trims, and the current Tundra offers a 14-inch touchscreen, wireless Apple CarPlay, and one of the most intuitive infotainment systems in any truck. For seniors, the Tundra is a buy-it-once truck. You will pay more upfront than a comparable F-150 or Silverado, but the long-term reliability and resale value make it the better financial decision over a decade of ownership. If you keep your trucks for a long time and do not want surprises, the Tundra is about as safe a bet as you will find in a full-size pickup. Number 1. Honda Ridgeline. If you have been watching this far, this is the one I have been building toward. The Honda Ridgeline is, in my opinion, the single best pickup truck a senior can buy, and it is not even a fair fight. Here is why. The Ridgeline is built on a unibody platform shared with the Honda Pilot. That means it rides like an SUV, not like a truck with leaf springs bouncing you around. The step in height is significantly lower than the Toyota Tacoma, the Chevy Colorado, and every full-size truck on the market. For anyone with limited mobility, knee problems, hip issues, or just the normal reality of aging, getting in and out of this truck is effortless compared to the competition. The 3.5-liter V6 makes 280 horsepower and pairs with a 9-speed automatic. It is naturally aspirated, no turbos, no complicated hybrid system, and the same engine family has been in production for years with a proven track record. All-wheel drive is standard. Not four-wheel drive with a transfer case you will never use, but a true all-wheel drive system that handles rain, snow, and light trails without you thinking about it. The bed is full of innovations that no other truck offers. A dual-action tailgate swings down traditionally or opens to the side like a door. There is a lockable in-bed trunk that sits below the bed floor, giving you secure, weatherproof storage that no other pickup has. You can fit coolers, tools, groceries, and anything else you want to keep dry and locked up without a tonneau cover. Towing capacity goes up to 5,000 pounds, which handles most recreational trailers and small boats. Payload capacity is competitive with the rest of the mid-size segment. And because it uses a four-wheel independent suspension instead of a solid rear axle, the ride quality is in a completely different league from other pickups. 93% of Honda Ridgeline owners recommend the vehicle with reliability and comfort ranked as the strongest features. Annual maintenance costs are among the lowest in the mid-size truck class, and major repairs are rare. The Ridgeline does not look as tough as a Tacoma. It will not crawl over boulders like a Colorado ZR2. And it is not winning any towing competitions against a Tundra. But here's the thing. If you are retired and you need a truck for hardware store runs, hauling mulch, pulling a small fishing boat, driving grandkids around, and doing it all without destroying your back or your budget, nothing comes close. A senior who buys a Ridgeline is going to get in and out easily, ride comfortably on every trip, spend almost nothing on maintenance, and keep driving it well past 200,000 miles without a major repair. That is not a compromise. That is a truck that is perfectly designed for how most retirees actually live. So there you have it. 8 pickup trucks that seniors should buy without thinking twice. The Hyundai Santa Cruz and the Ford Maverick for those who want something small, efficient, and easy to manage. The Nissan Frontier and Chevrolet Colorado for midsize capability without midsize headaches. The Toyota Tacoma for legendary reliability on a budget. The Ram 1500 for the most comfortable ride in a full-size truck. The Toyota Tundra for full-size power with Toyota durability. And the Honda Ridgeline for the senior who wants the smartest, most practical, most comfortable truck on the road. If this video helped, hit subscribe. I have more content coming on the vehicles that actually make sense for your lifestyle, not the ones that look good in a commercial. Drive safe out there. Take care of your truck, and it will take care of you. I will see you in the next one.